Good afternoon, folks. I know it's been about 4 days since I did a video. I've been kind of working on this gem painting here, but let's talk a little bit about some news that's coming out in trucking. Land Air has been acquired by Forward Air. I'm sure some of you who are on CCJ already know that. But there's a couple issues going on in trucking, specifically with the brokerage firms, and this has been going on now for about 9 months, that drivers need to be aware of this. If you are brokering your freight, make sure that your factor company has connections with the brokerage firm, or you could end up with not getting paid for your work. Only use brokerage firms, obviously, that you trust, or just use, some of the lease companies out there, use their brokerage firms. Let them have the issue, right? Along with that, there's been an increase that I'm hearing in the truck stops of break-ins. These are specific to various areas, mostly in the southwestern regions, where they're having trailers broke into, they're having trucks broke into, various equipment stolen. It's just insane, folks. So always be aware of where you're parking. Try and choose a good lit spot. For the female truckers out there, there are several videos out about how you can take like a bungee cord and wrap it around your air horn, and stick the bungee cord through the window on your driver's side, so that if somebody opens the door, it will pull the air horn. Or you could take a strap and strap it from the driver's side door to the passenger side door and just have the door strapped shut. So there's several, or you can use your seat belts and seat belt the door shut. I mean, there are several ways that you can secure the truck itself. But some of the other issues that are going on is airlines are being cut. Fifth wheel locks are being unlocked. People are going in and if they can't break the bolt seal, they're cutting the door latch on the back of the door so that they can open the doors on the trailers so that they can get in there. So always check under your trailer, check your trailer doors. Always do this, okay? You don't want to end up running over somebody who happened to use your trailer as ceiling for them to sleep under because it was raining, right? Specifically in the California region, that is happening. So, safety. We need to really, as drivers, we need to really be aware of where we're at. Is this a safe area? If you can, use your own company terminals to sleep in. That is your safest bet, because normally those terminals are inside locked areas and they have security cameras around. If you can't do that, try and sleep at locked customer lots if they allow it. Some don't. Or if you have to sleep in like a parking lot or a parking area or a rest area, just take precautions to make sure that you're in one of the well-lit areas of that area and that you secure your truck. I'm not telling you anything that you probably haven't thought of. This is mostly directed towards newer drivers who don't know that this is going on out there. I read some comments from some older drivers that, you know, they got up, the brokerage firm had given their information on their load to bad individuals, and those individuals had basically beat the living crap out of him, tied him up, threw him in the back of the trailer, and left him to die. So this was not a new driver. This was a 30-year veteran. So these incidents are increasing, and I think that they will continue to increase because of the state of how high everything is going and the state of the economy with most people nowadays. I mean, you go and you see everybody's hiring, right? But you go to where they say they're hiring, but the business is closed. So how do they have for hire signs up and the business is closed? So this is going on everywhere, okay? You've got Amazon letting people go. You got Microsoft letting people go. You got several of these bigger corporations letting remote workers go. So you've got rent going up all over the United States. Rent prices are going up ridiculously high. I've heard in some instances it's tripling what their normal rent was, and so people are ending up becoming homeless. Speaking from experience, when people are homeless, they tend to get desperate to get things, and unfortunately this can lead to them becoming criminals. So be aware that this element is out there. I'm not going to tell you what to do to protect yourself. I think you are adults who are on my channel. I think you are well aware of what you need to do to protect yourself and your family. I'm just telling you to be extra vigilant and extra aware of your surroundings. Even if you live in a nice neighborhood, even if you have the Ring cameras, okay? If the criminals determine that Ring camera is not going to stop them, okay? And it's going to take the cops anywhere from a half hour to an hour in most cases to get to your location. And by that time, that criminal has broke in, grabbed your TV, grabbed whatever they can grab, and took off. And so, you know, you become a victim of a crime, right? If you're in a big truck, you know, it doesn't take them but a few minutes to smash the window, reach in and grab whatever they can grab and take off, okay? So you have to be extra vigilant. Women truckers especially. Now I'm going to speak specifically to you because there's an added risk involved being a single woman trucker. That added risk is you could also be sexually assaulted. This has been prevalent in our careers and in transportation for years. So just telling you women, that especially new drivers, if you are alone, please have something in your sleeper by your bunk to protect yourself with in case someone does get inside your truck. Whether it be a hammer, a pole, whatever, okay? You want to be able to protect yourself. If you can, go and do some self-defense classes, okay? It's an unfortunate part of living on the road that no one likes to talk about. Now, if that does occur to you, you need to immediately contact the police, immediately have them write up reports, and let your carrier know. Because a lot of times your carrier will have specific safety protocols in this type of situation. If you're male or female and this happens to you, because it does happen to men too, they will have specific requirements for you to follow. And so you need to keep in contact with your carrier if something of this nature happens to you. But definitely do a police report. Your police report might take one bad individual off the parking lot and the truck stops and might save somebody else from going through the same thing you went through. If you're in a truck stop and you are taking a shower, this is another area of danger. Always double check the shower room before you close and lock the door. Always do that. I've heard 2 instances of someone hiding in the shower behind the shower curtain, waiting on somebody to come into the shower room. Thankfully, in both of those instances, it was a male who caught the individual, and needless to say that the situation was not a good outcome for that individual. So, always double and triple check the shower room and in the shower before you lock the door. And when you do lock the door, please use the bolt. Don't just use the little lock on the door handle. Use the bolt that goes across the door. Reason for this is, unfortunately, some people will take jobs in the truck stops and they will become a janitor in the truck stop specifically so that they can sneak in while you're in the shower to look at you, to watch you, or to attack you, male or female. This is occurring normally in the not so good truck stops. So be aware of that incident. Now, on to better news. There's a little thing that I've just found out about that I may try as a prepper that I am. It's called aquaponics, and I'm not sure if it's been around a very long time and I've just found out about it, but I've been looking at the hydroponics and I was like, I wonder if there was a way, and I was just thinking this on my own. I was thinking, well, I wonder if there's a way to have catfish in like an aquarium that you would use that to feed the plants. And then I found out, that led me down a rabbit hole, and I found out, oh, hey, that's called aquaponics. So I may be doing something along those lines this summer. I don't know yet. I'm kind of debating it because it looks like something that I could make just with an aquarium and some PVC piping. But I've got to do a little bit more research on that. So if anybody who watches my channel has any kind of information on that, I would really appreciate you sending me some links so I can find out some more info on that. Specifically on how to build one myself, because the ones that I looked up online, they're like thousands of dollars, and I don't know about you, but I don't have thousands of dollars to spend on something that I might not use but maybe once or twice. So I'm going to look into doing that. And I'm sorry for not being on for about 4 or 5 days, but I needed to take a break. I was going down these little rabbit holes and starting to get a little bit weird in my own brain. And sometimes we just got to turn everything off to get back on an even keel. And that's what I had to do over the week. So I apologize for not being on for a couple of days, but I needed to do that. So hopefully this is some good information for everybody out there. I'm sure I haven't said anything that nobody's actually thinking about on their own. Yes, we have the spy balloon everybody's talking about online. Okay, we've got 2 or 3 of them out there now. Yes, it could be an EMP, it could be whatever. It could be what China says it is. It could just be a weather balloon that's blown off course. But the fact that there were 2 other ones down over Latin America tends to make me think that maybe it was some kind of spy device. And maybe it's been shot down, maybe it hasn't been shot down. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I don't think we will ever find out any real information on that. There have been good quakes in Yellowstone. I think that is an area that really we need to be aware of, and we need to keep an eye on, especially if we have, like what's predicted to happen along the West Coast. If we have any kind of major earthquake along the West Coast, it is definitely going to affect Yellowstone, because of the fact that when we had the major earthquake overseas in, I think it was the Philippines, I think it was only like a 6 or a 7 over there, that it was registered on Yellowstone, and it did cause seismic quakes at Yellowstone. So if we have a big quake along the West Coast, which I think all the scientists right now are agreeing that is going to happen, we need to keep an eye on Yellowstone, okay? And because this could cause Yellowstone to do some crazy stuff, right? Because right now Yellowstone is not acting right. I mean, as cold as it is in Yellowstone, there's no ice, there's no snow. Makes you wonder, right? We did have Comet AZT go by this week. It was a blue-green color. If you looked at it through the telescope, you had to have telescope or binoculars to see it. This could have been the Blue Kachina. It could have been Halley's Comet that was the Blue Kachina. I don't know, but the fact that it was blue-green, that tells me that's something to be concerned about. And in the prophecies about the Blue Kachina, it always heralds great upheaval. So with everything going on in the world today, I would hope that everyone is doing their due diligence to get what they can get for their families, to see them through as much time as they can, okay? Whether that be just buying 1 extra can of SpaghettiOs, an extra pack of ramen whenever you go to the store, extra can of dog food, just anything that you can do to save yourself 5 cents, I would recommend doing it today. With everything going on in the world, the food supply is being drastically affected. We have major floods going on in China, which has really affected their wheat. And China is buying up as much wheat as they can buy up, okay? So China is stockpiling food. With everything, again, a lot of rain and bad weather down in Brazil, that is affecting soybean. A lot of people don't know that soybean is what's in a lot of cattle feed, chicken feed, goat feed. It's in a lot of our stuff, okay? And that's causing that, because of the added price of having to go around certain rivers, because now we can't transport the food via the rivers down in Brazil. That's causing the price of moving those goods out to the global market. It's causing those goods to go up in price. We are also seeing, I'm sure everybody's seen it, everybody's felt it in their pocket, the fuel prices going up. That is globally that this has happened. It's not just here in the U.S., just so you know. It is a global situation as far as fuel prices go. We're just seeing it more here in the U.S. Yeah, it's been a very busy week. We've seen a lot of things happen this week that I think if you wanted to go down those rabbit holes, there's so much information out there. I would highly recommend, if you do not know it, Marfoogle News. Marfoogle and Dex are very intelligent with how they present the information. They have a website where they have tons of articles on there that you can research. Southern Prepper One, also a very good channel to go watch and get updates from the community about what's going on across the U.S. Bear Independent also has updates from verified sources about what is going on both here and overseas. So the information is out there for you to look at and for you to see that what is occurring. If you were to look at history, you would know that we are headed towards a time which might make the Great Depression look like a cakewalk. And I don't say that lightly. I say that because people are already becoming desperate. There's already increased break-ins at places. There's already increased crime at places. So people are already starting to get desperate. And it's only going to get worse. I hope by summer that some of this turns around and we see better situations happening economically, and by fall, better food production coming in. But until then, we're going to have to do our due diligence and try and take care of our own. So whatever you can do to take care of you and yours, you need to do it, and you need to start doing it now. Like I said, I'm not going to tell you how to protect yourself. I think you're adults here. I think that you know how to do that. So with that, I'm going to let you go because I want to finish this picture. It looks cool, right? It's a cool picture. This is my gem painting that I'm doing. And I got this off of Amazon, by the way. For any that are interested in getting it, it is on Amazon. They have some of the best pictures on Amazon to do if you like gem painting. Anyway, that's all I have for you, and hopefully I'll be on again probably around Wednesday. I just think it's better for me to do a big video like this, a concise video of what's going on in the week, instead of doing one every day. So with that, I'm going to let you go. Bye, Sickle!